Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And because of you, we have been able to build a fantastic community here. Thank you for being a part of it, so that it's just a safe place. We can go over the kind of subtitle for the Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology is News with Friends. So we can go through the news together, which makes it a lot easier to deal with and help each other out. So if you're watching on replay, hi. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back at a higher speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. So, all right, let's do this. And of course, I just took the tea bag out of my Earl Grey Supreme. And I don't want to use names, but thank you so much for those. If you sent me tea, and I am grateful. Thank you. So, Earl Grey, hot. Oh, all right. All right. Oh, hello. Okay, so let's jump in. I couldn't get to all of the questions, and I won't be able to get to all of them, but I've grabbed as many as I possibly could. So we're going to jump in to the first one. Nails today are very neutral. It's like a minimal French nail, and I'm using the Housewives Tarot deck again. So, links in the description. Okay, now, Joyce says, can you read the speech bubbles? I can't see them on my phone. Oh, okay. Here we have a white cat cleaning himself, because, yeah. Here we have a, let me make this bigger. Here we have a quote by James Madison that said, the accumulation of all powers, legislative, executive, and judiciary, in the same hands may justly be pronounced as the very definition of tyranny. Here we have a quote from Thomas Jefferson. An elective despotism was not the government we fought for, but one which should not only be founded on the true free principles. I'll have to, you get the idea. George Washington said, the spirit of encroachment tends to consolidate the powers of all the departments in one, and thus to create whatever the form of government, a real despotism. So, little convoluted these sentences were from, I'm sorry, how many centuries ago, but you get the message. Separation of powers, kids, it's a good thing. So, and anything else is I can't make the change right now. I'm sorry, lucky girl. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, this despotism, this consolidation of all power into one part of the government. Nope. I don't care what the Heritage Foundation wants, what Russell Vote wants, what Donald Trump or Elon Musk want. No. We Democrats have become the party of the Constitution. That's us. Hey. All right. Now, I did not I did not have an opportunity to check this out. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So, so yesterday we're starting at. Where are we? We're at 5 minutes 40 seconds in. Claude had a. Thank you for letting us know about this CNN article. It kind of flew under the radar a little bit, and excuse me. Claude was saying Muskrat is now playing in the Department of Energy because, of course, he is. What does he want to do? Cut the electricity of everyone? What are his real intentions? Is he exercising revenge on the U.S. for the end of apartheid in South Africa? Well, look at that. Oh, Giovanna, thank you. Towards the extra canned goods. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, CNN has this article. Share screen. In case you missed it, where, go down here, there we go. Trump Energy Secretary allowed 23-year-old Doge rep to access the IT systems over objections from general counsel. What could go wrong? A representative from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency was granted access to the Energy Department's IT system on Wednesday by Energy Secretary Chris Wright. Luke Ferrator. Ferrator hadn't had a standard background investigation needed to access the department systems. He was granted access to basic IT, including email and Microsoft 365. It does not run IT systems for the nuclear energies labs controlling the nation's nuclear stockpile. Oh, this is what we've come to, huh? Really? Okay. This is where we are. All right. Okay. On Friday, department leadership installed a different SpaceX engineer, Ryan Rydell, as chief information officer, the department's top IT official charged with managing tech acquisitions and protecting personnel data across a vast bureaucracy. Rydell spent 4 years at SpaceX as a network security engineer. Before that, he spent several years at various tech roles at the Army and Navy. And, of course, they're trying to do buyouts on the employees, but they're doing that across the government. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, that's where we are with that. La la la. It's good they didn't have access to the nuclear arsenal. All right, Department of Energy and Ferrator. He sounds like a Marvel villain. Ferrator. Okay. Okay. I'll get to the card for the reading in a minute. All right. 9 of Swords. This is sleepless nights. Oh, yeah. We're worried. We're very worried. This is the Hanged Man, which is also part of what we're worried about. We're worried about the systems being hijacked. I do have a Page of Cups here, which is the norms not being able to stand up and protect the system, which is not good. However, 4 of Pentacles, they're coming up a day late and a dollar short. And there's the Emperor. There are many things that he's after right now. He just feels like he's coming up short. And the card for the reading is 4 of Swords. This is silence. And it isn't, oh, the Democrats aren't doing enough. Oh, the Democrats are out there. Oh, they're definitely, I mean, if it's not here, we'll definitely look at it, where Democratic members of Congress were kept out of the Department of Education. They were locked out of the Department of Education, while some of the Muskrats were inside. No, people are doing things, but this is silence. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have gotten what information he did. But there's this feeling like, there's a certain feeling here of he couldn't, it's almost like they're looking for something and they're not finding it. Does that make sense? They're trying to come up with excuses to do even more extreme things, but they're not finding the smoking emails. You know what I mean? Something. Huh. Kelly said somebody referred to them as musketeers. Yeah, but I wouldn't give them that much credit. It's interesting. Now, I do know, I read I saw an article and I pulled it up, but I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. So let's go through it together. This is another at 1310, because I wonder if this is related. Hang on. And we can even go back to the other things about this, but hang on. 1320. There's a lot of news, so bear with me, please. Share. Now, over on Raw Story, it says, driving him nuts, Trump reportedly angry over border czar's deportation numbers. That doesn't exactly break my heart. Oh, Marietta, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. President Felon is furious that his administration isn't deporting as many immigrants as he promised his voters it would. And his border czar, Tom Homan, who is anything but human, is feeling the heat of his wrath. I'm just skimming. But Trump is nonetheless unsatisfied with his work output. The president is getting angry that more people are not being deported. Homan himself is feeling unhappy with the relatively low numbers, too. Oh, little tiniest violin. Oh, you haven't been able to destroy enough lives. Oh. Okay. The acting ICE director, Caleb Vitello, told agents in January to aim to meet a daily quota of 1,200 to 1,400 arrests. So far, the highest number they've managed in one day was 1,100. Yeah, families ripped apart. Are they counting the Native American people? They have tried to harass the people they've detained for speaking Spanish, American citizens speaking Spanish. Of course, the Trump administration publicly blames any shortfalls on the former administration. After, who said this? Kush Desai. After 4 years of the Biden administration's outright incompetence and negligence, the Trump administration has reestablished a no-nonsense enforcement of and respect for the immigration laws of America. Hundreds of violent, predatory, gang-affiliated, criminal illegal aliens. Yes, so many that if you look at the numbers of people that they have detained, not so many of them have any kind of history of criminality, criminal records, no violence, those evil mothers with their small children. And I'm not reading the rest of this quote because it's a bunch of propaganda and garbage. So, my only concern is, are they going to, is he going to start doing anything more extreme is my worry here. But what he's doing is bad enough. But I did pick up for a long time he wouldn't be able to do the things that he wants to do, and he wouldn't be able to do the things he wants to do if things would just keep getting in the way. Giovanna, they set up agencies to not report on medical outbreaks, booted out news agencies from the Pentagon. Oh yeah, setting up a military state. Giovanna, I adore you. I am going to respectfully disagree on that one point. A military state, from news I soak up for off and on for about 12 hours every day, the actual military, they don't want any parts of this. So it's an authoritarian state, heck yeah. And all they have to do is get certain laws passed. But in military state, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on that one as my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. So it's not going as well as they want. Good. Thank you, Giovanna. You're a dear. All this is telling me is what has happened. Because we weren't able before to get comprehensive immigration reform. I'm sorry, didn't mean to hit this microphone. Heartbreak. real pain. There's the emperor, that tub of lard himself. And when I mean tub of lard, I mean Republicans just going, sure, whatever, but coming up short in destroying people's lives. So what's going to happen? Will they continue to come up short, or what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, the major arcana is right up front. So, like, what's happening now is the biggest energy. So the sun, and when the sun card goes bad in my decks, it's usually some kind of white supremacy. But no, this is people helping each other. Far-right communication, but it's a bunch of Page of Pentacles. This is just a page. This is not things not going super well. And then the Queen of Pentacles, which is the groups of Republicans. But the major arcana is up here, and the card for the reading is the World. So, maybe if the Republicans can pull together more stringent somethings, but it doesn't. That doesn't mean it's good. But let's see what else I can get. And this is what price were those sunny eggs. There's that too. Nine of Pentacles. Oh yeah, the sitting pretty. I'm wealthy and white and Republican. I'm fine. Please. King of Cups. Democrats are trying. Queen of Swords. Hermit. Well, I've got isolationism, but it almost feels like they're going to have more success at the border than they are in the country. It does, for what it's worth, it really does feel like people are really trying to help each other. Not rip families apart, not leave children alone. Yeah. Do I think everybody should come here legally? Yes. Do I think everybody has the chance to come here legally? No. And once we start getting real immigration reform, so you don't see all of those mothers, single mothers on their own with small children, desperate with nothing. Why don't we help them? Oh no, we can't do that. Why? They're a threat? Really? Reminds me of Robin Williams back after 9/11. And they were the new roles and the creation of the it's not the TSA. What's the at the airports, the security. Why has my brain gone blank on that? You might think you're out there. You might think you're a bright, intelligent person until you get a camera on you every single day of the year. You will forget some of the most basic stuff. It is TSA? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. When all of that was created, and he was, he plays different characters. And it's like, an old lady who couldn't take her knitting needles onto the plane. And the old lady says, "What do you think I'm going to do? Knit an Afghan?" Similar kind of thing. Lewis says, "What's next? To want us to address him as grand, high, exalted, mystic ruler?" Grand Poobah. Kara, is it Kara or Kara? Said most of the illegal immigrants come on student visas and don't leave. There's all of that too. So now there are two good things about Donald Trump: his short attention span and his absence. We can't get the second one, but Republicans are just rolling over, letting him do what he wants. Here's him twisting everything out of shape to try to make what he wants, following the plan, Heritage Foundation, but it ends up shaky. Because what's happening increasingly is people are trying to, okay. Okay. Just hang on. MAGA, come here for a second. Come here. It isn't just about shutting down the government, because the government is not this ivory tower or monolith. It isn't like the monolith. Did you see the movie 2001? Do you remember the big black monoliths? That's not the government. See, it's more woven into the country. So you have farmers who are working with the government. You have all kind of people who are citizens. They were born here. Heck, they might even be male, white, and Christian, supposedly. And their lives, you're destroying their livelihoods. You are hurting them. You're hurting their families. You're doing all of this because you think that destroying this thing you think is a monolith, well, it will just magically go away. But the more that these people out here can't get hold of somebody, we're promised money that they're not getting, so they're going to lose their farms, they're going to lose their homes, they're going to all this kind of stuff. Even though you say you're not going to mess with Social Security, you don't have to mess with Social Security to mess with even other MAGA people. So I know you don't like nuance. I know that. But that's the reality of what's happening. Thank you. Okay. The Kennedy Center. I do not know. I did not see that article. All right. All right. So moving on. That's 2910. Lisa was asking, does Trump really think he's king? Because he realized that we got rid of kings a long time ago. He's only going to places where people will adore him. Well, yeah, that's a given. King moron. Please do not forget that this is a man who stood outside of the actual White House in front of a microphone, in front of cameras, raised his hand toward the sky and said, "I am the chosen one." That happened. That was a real thing. Lewis says Burger King, maybe. I know. Ten of Cups. He's mostly angry at Democrats. That's his. He lives on the drama triangle, and he constantly thinks of himself as a victim. Yeah, and I know it. For those who are not familiar with Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle, yes, it is. It's a thing. It's a real thing, and people who live on it, it's an inverted triangle. It's an inverted triangle, and their default position is down here, and it's the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. He talks about all the time, but then every once in a while they'll go up to either the savior. So I've done some small thing for you, but then you don't appreciate me. I'm again the victim. Or they attack. And then when they get pushed back, back to victim. I was only trying. I had to protect myself. I'm such a victim. He lives on this. There are people who, you probably have some people, you've probably had some people in your life who lived on the drama triangle. You can't even go near them because it's always something. It's always, always, always something. But ultimately, I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Now, how that works for a narcissist, how that works for, but they get reward for it. And it's an excuse for their bad behavior. So, yeah. So anyway, the Democrats, they were happy. They were in charge. They humiliated him. We're just not that into you. Matter of fact, we just want you to go away. We don't want to attack you. We just don't want to have to think about you ever again. Ten of Pentacles. So now he's in this position of power, sitting pretty. He and the others. Six of Cups, Three of Cups. Anything good the Democrats have had, and how dare they celebrate? Oh my gosh. So he has to attack them. It's all lies and whatnot. Oh my gosh, Mr. Dillon, thank you. Thank you so much. That makes a huge difference. Thank you. Wow. Does he think he's king? He thinks he should have all the power in the world. The sweetness. Oh, he's available. Oh, he's available. You are the good boy. You are the good boy. It's Boo-Boo. Yes, it is. It is the precious Boo-Boo. He's a good boy. Yeah. Yes. All right. Okay. All right, at 3420. Lisa has something here. I'm wondering if it's a typo. Lisa K is saying that FOTUS is reporting that FOTUS, but I don't think you're talking about the First Lady FLOTUS, so I think maybe you meant POTUS. FOTUS is reporting that, I guess, the felon has big tech panicked by appointing Gail Slater as the head of the Antitrust Division of the DOJ. Will he throw big tech under the bus too, as is his MO? Really? Felon of the United States. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. FOTUS. I like it. Faux POTUS. There we go, Grace. I like it. I need my arms back. He's like, but I'm warm and happy. All right, let me grab some cards. He's a sweetie. Boy, that really doesn't want to work with me here, does it? Anyway. Yeah, just look at him for a minute. You're okay. No. You're okay. You know, if you look that way, nobody can see your sweet little face. You're all right. There he is. There you go. He's a good boy. All right. All right, so we'll look at big tech. Susan is asking what will happen on Monday with the hearing on whether Trump can continue with the job severance offers. What will happen to the people who said yes to the offer? Who, you're a brave or desperate soul if you think they're going to ever see their money. Okay. All right, I need my arm, sweetie. I know you're all warm and happy, but I need my arm. You just stay there. You can stay there. I just need my arm. I'm sorry, sweetness. He's like, I was all warm and happy. I know. I know, precious. You just stay there. Okay. No. You can stay there. Sweetie. At 30, make this 37. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you. 30, 37, 30. Oh, okay, I get my arm. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right. There's so much ickiness. I need the kitty. All right. So at 37.55. So Gail, I don't know Gail Slater. Is Gail Slater an actual, like, somebody who would do something about antitrust? What's going to happen with Gail Slater, new head of the Antitrust Division of the DOJ? It is better than Sage, really is. And damn, RPV for president. Well, they're expecting her to fall in line with, but the cards are the Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So she's willing to do her job, that Hanged Man, breaking up monopolies. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. She will get pushed back. It feels like they expect her to fall in line, but it feels like she's more independently minded. Doesn't mean she won't go along with the heinousness, but so. But I didn't get like a devil card and all of this kind of stuff. So, and frankly, maybe some people who are independent is better than the truly awful people that he's been hiring. So, Cindy Poole says Gail is an antitrust veteran and economic advisor for Shady Vance. Oh, It always surprises me when he gives women any respect, because then he talks about women in general, and it's like neon mommy issues, misogyny, all of that. Very strange. But thank you. All right. Okay, so at 41. Susan Campbell was asking about the hearing on Monday, whether Trump can continue with the job severance offers. Job severance offers. It feels like there's a big question with who's going to pay for it. It's a burden. Cover for the reading is a huge burden. Four of Pentacles, day late and a dollar short. 10 of Pentacles, making it look better than it is. Queen of Cups. There'd be some real questions. I wonder if the union's going to be there. Federal Employees Union and whatnot. Sharon Ann says once the court grants a temporary restraining order, it's likely to get blocked. Congress controls the funds. Yeah, I think that's the big. Kara says legally they can't offer that. Okay. So Rita says correct, legally they cannot offer that. Okay. So at 42:30, now what is going on with the Kennedy Center? Because I don't know what happened there. Cindy Poole is asking, felon 47 named himself as chairman of the Kennedy Center. How will this go? Will the felon continue naming himself as chairman of every American board? And there was something else down here about that as well. What the Kennedys are going to say. And you're going to grab my arm, but I love you. All right? I love you, sweetness. You just stay right there. Cindy Poole says Trump claimed he's chairman now. You're okay. You're okay. Yes, you're okay. Just stay there. Awesomeness has fired everyone. Really? Unbelievable. Kara says, I'm a DOD employee. We've been getting emails regarding their dumb option the last 2 weeks. They extended it to Monday due to the court order. Yeah. What good does this do him? Seriously. Oh, yeah. Talk about nostalgia and history. You get anywhere near the Kennedy name, and yeah. Anne says, Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, Dumpy wants to make culture great again. Or does he just want to destroy it? So he's asking, can he skim money from it? Something. Actually, I wonder if he... I wonder if he ran his mouth. That is absolutely true. Dorinda, the Kennedy Center has cachet. Yeah, that's what I'm getting right there. But this communication and burden, this feels like he was just running his mouth. And his mouth got away from him. And now he's like, well, yeah. Yeah, of course. Deb says the Kennedy Center is a large endowment. Oh, I'm not going there. I understand what you're saying. Thank you. Now, this feels like he was running his mouth. But now it's, well, why not? I'm going to guess you can't just do this. I'm going to guess that this is weird. Melissa says Trump said there was a drag show and we can't have that. It feels like he got himself into something that he can't, like, he just ran his mouth. And Page of Swords just being a narcissistic bully. And then you get the historical cachet, and it's a thief card for the reading. So yeah, I'm not feeling like this is the biggest thing we have to worry about, but it's him running his mouth. Okay. Let me make sure I get a couple of these. Whoa. No. Cards down. I'm going to grab Old Faithful because it's right here. All right. Millie says the Kennedy Center is run by a 36-member board of trustees appointed by the sitting president as decreed in the legislation that established it. Well, if that's the case, then he misunderstood, or he really is in charge of it. I don't know. It just feels like it just feels very much like he ran his mouth. He didn't know what he was talking about. So Lewis says, Boo-boos and kitties, an awesome protection. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the good energy coming off of him. It's just glorious. We're on the question about the Kennedy Center. Well, I've done more than 5 readings, but it's number 5 here. All right, so fortune. Yeah, this is not a big deal. Ultimately, what he's saying. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's ask about Social Security at 4915. I'm going to hide behind the cute energy here. Yeah, Cindy Poole says Trump's just being stupid. Yeah. So Oma Sheila the Quilter says, will Musk try and hold Social Security number info hostage to do his dastardly deeds? He probably has it backed up somewhere. I'm just going to look at Social Security. Keep saying they're not going to do anything, but you can't trust anything they say. gotten to the part in Project 2025 where they talk about things like Social Security. What does Project 2025 say about it? Because it feels like that's cutting it is part of their plan. Any kind of safety net. And they're disappointed that they're not there yet, that they can't. Yeah, disappointment, but that's their plan. However, what I do have is a justice card right in the middle saying, no, with all the damage that would do, no, this is a sword of truth. That's the justice card in the middle. So whatever they're trying to steal or whatever, just be awful. I've got courts stepping in a big way saying, no. So that's what I'm getting there. Okay, at 52:30. All right, back up here. Okay, sorry, I was just having a quick look. 53. Yolanda had a question. I'm concerned about the dismantling of the Department of Education, among so many other things. How are you feeling about this? How will it be? I did read on this. I have been reading on this off and on. But as I said, there is video. If I'd pull it up, but I'd have to dig for it. But there's a video of members of Congress who went to the Department of Education, and they're just outside knocking on the glass door, being completely ignored. Meanwhile, inside, one of the Muskettes, scattershot Muskettes, were inside. And it just seems to me that keeping members of Congress out of a department is not good. These are the teachers, the educators, the administrators. Thank you. Thank you for all you've done to teach, to help, to shape a better future for our country. Thank you. They are coming in with a plan. We knew that. This is to mess up the government agency, the institution. But this came out with the card of being on the defensive. Page of Pentacles. So they can change some things. Well, then again, those are students as well. It's Congress that has the power of the purse. And it's illegal for the executive to shut down a department or effectively shut down a department. So even if Speaker Mikey Johnson, the heretic, is willing to roll over, I don't think it's going to work out that easily. I think because right now, if he just rolls over and lets Trump do whatever Trump wants to do, he doesn't have to take responsibility for anything. He doesn't get blamed for anything. Once he has to put things on the floor and get people voting, now there's the rub. Yeah, these jerks, private, expensive schools, and we've seen this before. We know the drill, just not to this extent. I think that the courts are going to get involved. It's because of the money. There's the country. It's shaky. They just keep tripping. I'm just getting this. They keep tripping over their own feet because they're going places they're not supposed to be. So I've been on for about an hour, so that might do it for me for today. I'll roll over questions I didn't get to, but I did want to mention one thing. Eric Swalwell was talking about people contacting members of Congress, and he was saying that they are getting inundated. Whereas, if before if an office got 20 calls a day, now they're getting 150. If they had 300 calls a day before, now they're getting 1,500. But it's mainly going into the Democrats' office, not the Republicans. So if you are in a red area, do contact your representatives, but do a couple things. One, give your full address. If you're in their district, in their area, they will take what you're saying a lot more seriously. Be very, very respectful. Do not unload, but also be specific. Include, and any way you can, if you can include some way that this is affecting you directly, tell them. Give examples of how this is affecting you directly. So that's what he was saying. That do not be shy. The Republicans need the pushback, but don't get yourself into trouble. Give your address, give your name, give your address, give specifics, and it will have a much bigger impact. So I just wanted you to keep that in mind. I just wanted to share that information with you. Ms. Gibson said, I detailed everything. I told them about my life, living on disability, food stamps, and Medicaid. Bless you. All right. Okay, so I just wanted to, oh yeah, Joyce Matthews, there are scripts you can use. Yeah, there's I don't know, I saw an app, I haven't used it, I don't know, but there's something called 5 calls that apparently you can pick different topics. It'll give you scripts to at least, they'll give you the phone numbers, and then it'll give you scripts to at least something to start with, but do personalize it. If you just call up and just say whatever, and you're not one of their constituents, and you're just saying something generic, they're probably going to ignore you. Resist bot is another one that's being suggested in the chat. Deb is saying 5 calls is great. Rita says, I use 5 calls. Okay, so that's a good app. Okay. Leslie, do we have monthly online tea tomorrow night? Tomorrow night. At like Petty Boots, over in Petty Boots, I usually. Anyway. Deb Hope says you need to be a constituent. Yeah. All right. But do hang in there. Please remember you are not alone. We're in this together. You, me, woo-woo. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. I know it seems like there aren't, but there are. So please remember you're not alone. Patreon? Oh, no, it's the last Saturday evening of every month. Thank you. So it's Sarah's day off. So at 3, so it's 1:16 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel, and then tomorrow morning, join us on Stay Calm half an hour before this starts, and we'll calm our nervous systems together. All right. So hang in there. Oh, the kitty. Oh, sure. Now you go. But maybe he knows I'm finished, so he's like, feed me, Seymour. All right. Take care, everybody, and thank you so much. All right.